Hello Stampers, this is super awesome stamper Shirley Merker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Wisconsin, USA. I am going live in the 2024-2025 Global SU Share Fair Facebook group. So I'm the first presenter for our July edition, and I am just getting on, trying to click into the video. If anybody's watching live, give me a shout out, a like, add a comment so I know I'm in the right spot. But I'm going to jump right in and get started. So this event features our online exclusives. So it's a relatively new thing for Stampin' Up! To have online exclusives. Hi, Susan. Thanks for watching. They have, in the past few years, it's been sporadic. But now they're doing a more strategic offering for online exclusives. And July was a month that they introduced, I think, a few products. But what happened with my Garden Meadow stamp set and coordinating die set here is I was just cruising the online store and I saw this and I thought, oh, I must have missed it in the catalog. I'm going to throw it in my shopping cart. Lo and behold, I got it here and I was trying to find it in the catalog and it was not in the catalog. It's an online exclusive. So I love gardening. That looks like lavender. I love lavender. Wheelbarrows, flowers, always digging in the dirt. I've got a pair of those boots that I use to garden up north and use when I'm doing bee stuff. So I'm just going to get started here. Here's my project. We got the Berry Burst card base. It opens on the side. And I did that because when you open on the top, it tends to not, well, when you do the long ways, they stand upright. But when you open on the side, I'm doing the longer horizontal card, they're going to stay upright. So that's why I've got it opening on the side. And then just some basic layers. So the Unbounded Beauty pattern paper. This one right here is where I got this pattern. And I'm just going to show you. Here's the pattern I'm using, but on the opposite side is kind of this peachy look. This has all got vibrant, bright patterns. Of course, our multicolored patterns are always beautiful. Got some berries there. Coordinating colors on the opposite sides. So this is the Unbounded Beauty pattern paper pack. I got another pattern back here I haven't used. I've used a lot of these, so getting down to where I've got multiples of the same sheet. So if you like the brights and you like pinks, purples, this is a pattern pack for you. This one's like a cotton candy pink. Ooh, and that one's multicolored. So let's set that aside and let's just get started. All right, I made everything easy for myself. So easy measurements, just almost a full pattern or piece of paper there. Gotta grab my glues. And we're just going to be using Tombow glue today. So Tombow glue on that, side by side pattern paper, and just a 4-inch and 5.5 inch. And all the measurements will be in that PDF document that I can email to you after our event is over. You'll get that PDF from the demonstrator that invited you to this group, because we have other customers and team members in the group. You'll get it from the demonstrator that you're associated with. Okay, now my focal point is a scene, and again the basic white will go side to side on your card. I've already stamped the wheelbarrow and I've already die cut it out. So a little tip kind of to add dimension as well. Just going to pop it up on some dimensionals there. It adds kind of its own shadow look when you do that. So before I attach that down, I am going to do some stamping on this sheet. Should I leave it on there so you can see it a little better? And I opted for the basic gray. Hi, Daphne. Yeah, nice bright colors. I'm going to use a lot of markers, creating just a garden floral scene here. And we've got some birds here. I'm going to try to get stuff straight. So I'm looking at the ground there. Got a hello, gotta fit that in the upper corner. I like stamp sets that have got a hello in it. It's just kind of an unusual, unique and fun verse to include on your card. And then some of these smaller swatches of daffodils or Gerber daisies. And then my ground, here's the ground stamp set. Put the ground underneath the wheels. And then underneath the back edge there. Gonna connect it here as well underneath that. Put some there. I'm gonna add one below the birds. Okay, I think that's it for that. But the inside piece, I used that lavender looking one. Let me get the stamping done. Lavender looking one. And then the birds again. And you know what? I'm gonna grab my envelope, back of the envelope, and we're gonna do, I think, the birds right there, and lavender, another set of birds. We got a flock of birds. Why not? Pretty up that envelope a little bit. Okay, so I think I'm done with the stamping. Now, and I think, let's see, do I need this or not? Do I need my bone folder? I tend to bone fold this score mark down right after I score it because I want stuff flat when I assemble. Okay, there's that. Now, this I can put in the inside. I like to get rid of pieces of paper as I use them, less pieces on my workbench. So my video kind of shows how to use your markers. Don't forget to put your Stampin' Right markers. If you forget about them, all they do is dry up without being used. Okay. So if you're new to stamping, you don't need all of the marking options. I always recommend getting the Stampin' Right markers because you can write with them in that fine tip or color with them on that dark tip or the fat tip. So that's what I'm doing. And this is the soft seafoam. And usually birds are a different color on the backs and than they are on the underside. So I just colored the backs. I don't know what birds have green backs, but that's the color that I chose today. Partly because I want to get rid of that. I want to color coordinate, or maybe don't use so many markers. I want to color coordinate with all these leaves. And if you use lighter markers, they're a little more forgiving. And you can see the stamped image through the lighter, more pastel-y markers. Like if you used a real red, that's going to fully saturate the flowers. You might not get the centers that are already part of the stamp image. Leaves, leaves, leaves. Did I get them all? That's a handle back there. I think I got all the leaves. Okay. Pool party. Pool party, we opted to do these things, which could be lavenders, could be delphiniums. And I'm picking up the colors that are in my background piece too. That's why we've got pool party, because there's pool party in that background. Okay, down here as well. Markers are also pretty forgiving, as long as your hand doesn't slip, over to the flower where you don't want. Oh, I used blue down here instead of green. I do them both. These images that don't have, or that look organic too, are very forgiving. Don't have definite edges. Okay, I chose the Melon Mambo. Just gonna coordinate just fine with that Berry Burst. And if you're using your markers, use a very light touch. That way you'll be able to enjoy using your markers for a longer period of time if you don't crush that tip. So if you jam the tip to your paper, the tip's going to splay faster, and you might not have a great coloring experience or great control if you use a heavy hand with your markers. Okay. I can see now that I should have probably pre-colored one in. Hi Terry, but does anybody have any questions? Let's see now. Stampin' Up is doing bonus days, month of July. So for a set amount per market, we're not going to say what that is because I don't want people in Australia to get a number in their head and then be disappointed when they only spend a smaller volume and then think they're going to get that bonus day coupon. So the bonus day offer is market dependent. Contact your demonstrator if you need to know how much you need to spend in order to earn those bonus day coupons. She probably has it up on her blog or her Facebook page. Okay, there's that. All right, now I've got 3 different markers here for the ground: crumb cake, gray granite, and the basic gray is darker. So I did the crumb cake for the ground, and all I did was kind of go over where that ground is real quick. Doesn't have to be, must have gotten something on there. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. And then I did the gray granite for the wheels and the handles. And I am not filling everything in. You can leave some white space. But I tend to go back and forth when I'm doing a marker. And our event this time in July 2024 features the online exclusives. And I'm going to do the lighter one, basic gray for the... Hi, Nancy says pretty card. Thank you, Nancy. Trying to think of what else is going on. Oh, I missed a leave there in the Stampin' Up! Community. We just had a sign-on promotion last month, so hopefully if you're watching, you contacted your demonstrator if you had questions about joining her team. There's that. And then if you'd like to place an order, you'd use her hostess code if she offers hostess codes. If you're a customer, not a team member. Just filling all this in. So every once in a while, I try coloring. Coloring is not something I enjoy because it takes forever. I'd rather just stamp and be done. Add some bling and some embellishments, ribbon. But I do like the colored look. All right, so now we're gonna grab our glue. And I tried to put some ribbon on this card, but I think with the delicate coloring, it just didn't work. So instead I opted for some sparkly gems instead. All right, and then I bounced those up on some dimensionals. And we're gonna do quite a few because it's cut out. Needs stability and support. I am gonna pull in the die set pull in. You can kind of see the stamp set off the side of my thing here. Stamp set, coordinating die set. There is this kind of gate arch and then a gate right there that's included, and some grass dies that there are not coordinating stamps with. What next? This 2024-2026 in color shimmer gems. That's all I got from that package that's left. So I did 3, power of 3. There are, I'm pretty sure, 5 different colors on this pack. Light purple, light pink, blue, and green. You can kind of see them in the light. So you can decide which one. I did a pink. I did one of these, one of these, one of these. Because the purplish, you can't really tell. Let's do a purple one. But I wanted the darker green. I didn't want to do all pink. I wanted some darker greens in there to kind of balance it a little bit there. There we go. All done. All right, so sample card, my finished card. All the measurements will be in that Google Doc PDF that I can share with you after our event is over. You'll get that PDF from the demonstrator that invited you to this group, so contact her if you'd like a copy of that PDF. It'll have all of our measurements and the supply list to create all of our projects in that Google Doc. She can email it to you or Facebook PM it as well. So next up, I should know this, I pinned the time schedule, our time zone chart to the top of our group. Next up is Terry with the Hooray for Surprises stamp set. She will be coming on in about 10 minutes at 3:30 p.m. Central North American time, and then we have Diane and Nancy after that. We're going to take a short break, and then the Australians will come on. Tracy, Annette, and Julia will have their demonstrations in Friday evening in the North America time zone. So we've got 7 demonstrations for you today. And if you missed the demonstrations from last month, just go to the album. And in each album, there will be an event date. Go to each photo in that album, and there'll be a link back to the demonstration video. So if you missed any of the projects or want to review, that's the best way to find the projects to check them out again or for the first time. All right, thanks for watching. Be sure to check in for the rest of the 6 demonstrations for this share fair, and we'll stamp with you soon. Bye.